we triple starred it. I'm going to give my thoughts on Mario Kart World. I have a lot to say, you know? I will say, first and foremost, out the gate, is it worth $80? No, it's not. It's not worth $80, and I can't pretend that it is. And my belief is still strong in that Doug Bowser went on TV, just like I said last night and in the YouTube video from yesterday, that he went on TV and gave this bullshit excuse or bullshit explanation as to why they are going back to a dynamic pricing structure. And we all know for sure that it is not just about how much they poured into the game. It is about getting away with increasing the profit margins on their most popular IPs, because they're going to have a stronger install base of Mario Kart World than nearly any other game that comes out on this console, because it's the launch bundle. It's the game that appeals to the broadest spectrum of consumers. And we know for a fact that they're going to do this, or we can assume for a fact that they're going to do this with Animal Crossing, with probably the next 3D Mario, maybe even the next 3D Zelda. This is just, it's the new standard for their big budget IPs that they know are the most popular. I will never be convinced otherwise. So yes, there is price framing to get people to buy the bundle, but I think also it's just them gouging, because this is going to be the same price forever. Like it's going to be $80 for the majority of the Switch lifespan, Switch 2 lifespan. So it's them knowing they can get away with it. Now, beyond that, speaking like more in depth on the game, the Grand Prix feel the best to me, because it feels like a spin on that classic Mario Kart formula. It feels like a spin on that classic Mario Kart formula. I do like racing to the next location. I think that that's cool, especially considering some of these locations aren't much. Like Peach Station is nothing. That's hardly a track. But some of these tracks, like, it's actually more interesting racing down to the location than the location itself. So I do like the Grand Prix. I am also impressed with how difficult the knockout tour is. It is by far, it's the hardest mode in this game. And it is like, it's high pressure. And even though 200 is not here, which we're going to get to that in a fucking minute, but even though 200 is not here at launch, I think that, or getting first place in all of the knockout tours is going to be difficult enough to satiate those of us who want a harder challenge. But I still think it's a fucking miss not having it. And that's about as positive as I can stay when it comes to the pluses, because I have a lot of negatives. Also, free roam is fun, so I'm just gonna throw that out there. It is fun, but that's all the solaces I can give. I'm about to get into the dreads hardcore. So my biggest issue with the game, above everything else, is when you're out here doing a free roam, like, it does not keep track of everything that you do. It keeps track of the panels, the question mark panels. Like, so when you go to the map, you can see where you are. And you can see that you have one of the 5 question mark panels in this area. So you got to find it. But not being able to track the Peach medallions or the P switches per area, it only tracks it down here for the entire world, that is bananas. Talk about like disrespecting your time if you want to 100% a game. Like, I thought Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom had some real bad cases of that, but not tracking the Peach medallions and Peach switches per area? What the fuck? Like, why would they do that? So you just have to search the world and write down on a piece of paper if you're going to find them all. And then you're doing it for kind of like bullshit rewards, like stickers and, you know, like that should be what unlocks characters or unlocks maybe even new tracks. Like, you're not like, there's no reward for doing it other than like a pat on the back. Like, this is like legit like kiddie mode, you know. It should change the gameplay when you do this. So that's my biggest fucking dread here, is that you cannot track these things. The only way you're gonna be able to do this is like follow a guide and then physically check mark or whatever that you have hit the area, or you're just gonna have to search blind until you find everything. That is just unbelievable. Other than that, like, the free roam is fun. I do wish it was like also when you're playing with others, I wish it was easier to like link up with them, because like you can kind of see where they are on the map, but like there should be a button to like instantly put you with your group if you're playing online with others. I think that's kind of a miss. There's a lot I could say when it comes to free roam, but ultimately, like, is it fun? Is it a cool idea? Does it give you the chance to like practice like the areas that you struggle with the most? Yeah, you know. But I don't think that they really thought this through, or they really just wanted to disrespect your time. They wanted this to take as long as possible, so you had something to do until Donkey Kong comes out a month and a half from now. And I'm pretty sure they didn't do that in development. So I'm pretty sure they weren't like, let's stall the players until the release window and then patch it later. Like, I don't think they're going to patch it. I think this is just how they intended it. So whatever, man. So that's my big issue with free roam. And there are some benefits to free roam, but it's mostly negatives. And then, like I said, I got nothing bad to say about the versus race. Like I'm cool with everything they did here. It's the 200cc is my big thing. Like, that's just generally, I would love for them to implement that. And my hope for Mario Kart World is that they add things post-launch for free, like 200cc, like new areas, new characters. But I do want them to continue to bring characters in. I want them to bring back the cross-world characters. Like, I want Link back. You know, maybe bring Zelda in. I want also bring in some of the deeper cut characters, not the monsters, but like, why do we not have EGAD yet? Like, the Luigi's Mansion, like, superstar, you know? Like, why do we not have anybody from the RPGs? You know, why do we not have, like, why is it nothing but the main characters, baby versions of themselves, and then like the enemies? Give me some of the characters who are kind of outside of that. Like, where's like Toadsworth, you know? Like, there is so much opportunity to celebrate more in Mario, and there's a room to celebrate characters that are in the Nintendo ecosphere, like or ecosystem, like the Inklings, who I loved in Mario Kart 8, like Link, like, you know, like, where's Diddy Kong even? Like, I don't know if he's an unlockable that I haven't gotten yet, but I'm pretty sure he's not. Like, I want to see them stretch back out of, like, where's Star Fox? You know, bring some of these characters in that we all know and love. This is kind of limited. So, time trials, classic time trials. I mean, one of the things, like, I really liked I love the staff ghost race, and I'm glad that they kept pretty much everything here the same. And the staff ghosts really teach you shit. So, Boffle being a character? Ty, come on. Boffle would be insane. Oh yeah, the villagers, yep. So, and they also had areas that were dedicated, like the tracks that were dedicated to the guest characters as well. So like I loved seeing like racing through Hyrule Castle and Link's bonus track. You know, it would be cool if we could race around there. So there's potential, but they have not confirmed whether or not they're going to add stuff in free DLC. We had F-Zero tracks and no character to tie in with them. Yeah, but we did have, if you have the amiibo, you could get a Captain Falcon suit, which is basically the same. Like you could put that on your Mii, which also Miis are gone. They're gone. And that I liked racing with my Mii from time to time. I like my afro. You know, I liked seeing my Mii representing me in the multiplayer screens. But yeah, that's basically it. That's it for the Dreads. This is still a really fun game. I think it is probably the second best of all of the Mario Karts. I can't say that it's better than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, especially by the end. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at the end of its life was by far the best Mario Kart. This is not as good as Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with all the DLC. There are so many tracks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so like with the add-on, but like you had to pay for that. I don't know if they're gonna do anything for free. I think Nintendo really might pull some shit where they charge us the DLC on top of an $80 release. You know? Again, it could come like, I feel like we're past the DLC phase of the free DLC phase of Nintendo. Not entirely, because they did do some stuff for like that one Mario Party game. They did it like way later. They also did it for Mario Golf. Oh yeah, Dread's big thing. I will definitely state this as well. If you look at the tracks, they're mostly just tracks that they have no 3D cool aspects to them, like 8 introduced. There's no racing up walls, you know. There's no they went through the trouble of adding like boating sections and a lot more plane and flying sections, but they didn't they shied away from really doing like stuff with verticality and doing like racing upside down on ceilings and stuff like that. And I wish that they would have added a few more cool things. Like DK Spaceport, that is such a unique track. Like, I'm surprised that they didn't do more like that. When I first saw this in the Nintendo Direct, I thought that there was going to be a lot of tracks kind of like DK Spaceport, where they were racing on walls and there was a lot of verticality and stuff like that. And they just didn't. It's just like stuff like Wario Stadium, Shy Guy Bazaar, Desert Hills, even Airship Fortress, as cool as it is, like it's worse than half of the Mario Kart 8 tracks. So like that's my spiel on Mario Kart World. And I have hope for the game, but like straight up, is it worth it? That's the question that I'm answering here, and it's not worth buying the Switch for right now. It's not. Will it be worth it? Yes. But if you just bought a Switch for $450 or more if you're a Canadian, and you're like, should I get Mario Kart 8? Or, sorry, should I get Mario Kart World? Probably not, man. Like, unless you know someday you're gonna want to play it, then sure. But I don't think it's worth the price. And yes, by the way, I've been recording this for YouTube. We just did a YouTube video live. Anyway, might as well do my closing. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. And long live the Turtle Kingdom. But we're not ending stream. We're just ending the video.